Hello again. So in this video I'm going to show you how to hem suit pants. Alright, this guy is going to a wedding and his pants too long, so I marked it. I usually just mark one leg, one pant leg, and then I just even it I just copy it for the other leg. So if you can see my mark there. But when I have him put this on, I usually just use a safety pin and pin it to where it should be, and then I mark it with the tailor's chalk, and before I take out the pins. So now that I have, and then I iron it after I mark it with the tailor's chalk. I mark it, I iron it. See, you can see the crease. That way it's you know it's straight. Let me adjust my phone so you can see. How am I gonna do this? It's hard when you don't have somebody to film it. Alright, so I'm going to cut this, but I will leave an inch and a half. Can you see? An inch and a half from the mark towards the edge. It's an inch and a half. I'm leaving for the hem. So let me get that. Sorry if you can't see the angle of the camera. Mark it just to make sure. Okay. And normally I would serge this, but I know there's a lot of people that don't own a serger, so I will show you the other way. Here's the one I cut. Now we'll cut the other one. An inch and a half allowance for hem. Inch and a half. We make do of what we have, right? I don't have somebody to film it, so we'll just hopefully you guys can see most of it. Garbage. Now that we have it cut, so this is gonna rip open if we don't tack it, so I gotta run a few stitches here and back tack just to lock it. Same with the other seam. So instead of serging the edges, I'm just gonna fold it like 1/8 of an inch. And run a stitch around. And the other one. Okay. Alright, I forgot to mention that some pants, it's narrower down below, and when you fold it, it will pucker because it's not as wide as the other part of it. But this one is pretty even. But if that happens, just kind of leave this part open here and just tack from up here, tuck it, and then leave this open. That way you have room to make it flat without puckering if it's narrower than the upper part. But this is pretty even. So, and since we are gonna use the hand needle, that way it won't show the stitches outside, I'm reversing the pants. So that's why it's easier if you press it first. And then let's get the pins, pin it. Let's give him a pretty pin. Alright. See? No puckering, it's just nice and flat. So alright, let's make a quilter's knot. I got it pretty long. Gonna shorten it a little bit. That way I don't have to stretch my arm too much. Right. You guys remember the quilter's knot? You put that on your finger, and then you wrap the thread around the needle, pinch it, and pull it through. There's your perfect quilter's knot. Alright, so adjust this. So let's start sewing Move that a little bit so you can see. So I'm just gonna, hopefully you can see it. So I will show you just the one side, and then I will just you just do the same thing with the other side. So just grab a little bit of the fabric. Oh, I got caught on my machine. Let's move a little. So about 3/4 of an inch apart. Doesn't have to be exactly the same all the time because you can't see it. See? Can you see it? Yeah, you might have to straighten your thread once in a while because it gets into like wacky thing that they're not even. Okay, so it's even now. So if you're doing this without the sewing machine, you can just press this two instead of sewing it. You can press that, fold it, and then start sewing it like this. Another way to do it. Oops, I wasn't showing it, wasn't I? I was so focused on sewing that I wasn't even paying attention on the camera. Oh well. Like I said, we make do of what we have. I should be out there gardening. So after this I'm gonna go outside and garden. Because right now it's May 20th. So I got some planting to do. Remove that. Remove that. So I can remove all the pins now so they're not in my way. Because they poke me sometimes. Sorry if you can hear my dog barking again. He barks on everything that he hears outside, especially delivery people. Oh, I keep forgetting that paying attention where the camera is. Okay. All right. This is towards the end. And you might want to press it again after you get done. So I'm just gonna secure it with the knot. Again. Just to make sure it's not falling apart. Okay. Let's see. Here you go. Can you see it? It's pretty nice, huh? You can't see the stitches, so it looks very professional. Alright, so just do the same thing with the other side. So this is Jigs at Jigs DIY.